Hey you guys, today's video I have in my hands with a 3D printed cap on it, a Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens. This is for the Sony camera, so it's a Sony E-mount, and I have it here today. I have a video that I came across and I wanted to review the video live and see what other people are saying about this lens because I have a personal opinion on this and I have used this for the last year and a half, and it is, well, let's just get right into the video. Come on and let's watch it. Dunna did it, put out this
You
video.
guys
Shout
asked
out
me
Dunna
about
did
this
it.
lens so much. I think you might have a problem. What is up, people? Dunna here, and today
Dunna.
we're going to be talking about one of the most asked about lenses for the Sony E-mount system. Yes, of course.
I'll agree with that. So this lens is one of the most affordable and great looking lenses that you can get. That is not going to be $1,000+. Plus, you don't see an f1.4 usually on an APS-C size lens. So
I'm talking
let's keep
about
going.
the Sigma 30mm f1.4 DCDN. Okay, so here's the thing. First, I made this video about
Don't know what DN stands for.
my favorite
Don't ask me.
lenses for the Sony APS-C system. Then I made a video getting a little bit more specific about the Sigma 16mm f1.4. And since I put out that video, I have been getting asked non-stop which lens people should buy, the 16mm or the 30mm. And the quick answer to that is, I don't know.
I don't know. So it depends on what exactly it is that you're filming. I have both of the lenses. I have the 30mm and I have the 16mm over here next to me. But after the crop factor, I think the 16mm, you'll have to do the math, but it's like 1.5 times whatever that is. So the 30mm is going to be actually, whenever you're on an APS-C camera sensor, it's going to be about 45 millimeters instead of 30. So you got to think about that, as well as the 16mm. It's like, I want to say 27, something like that. Don't quote me on that. Let me know in the comments what it is. But let's keep going.
I love them both so much. However, I thought the least that I could do would be to make a video for the 30mm similar to the other video so that you could make up your mind for yourself. So here's what we're gonna go over in this video about the 30mm. Some of the good things about this lens. Some of the not so good things about this lens and maybe what you can do about them. Some of the key uses for this lens. Who should buy this lens? Along the way, I'm gonna answer your guys' questions that you asked me on Instagram. And of course, because it wouldn't be—
That's great. Let's go ahead and move forward a little bit more.
With Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more.
Exposed. I'm not buying YouTube Premium. Sorry. Secret shot on. Okay. It doesn't look like he's opening up the aperture all the way. Oh, on a 6500. So it's a f1.4, but whenever you open it up all the way, it gets freaking bright. And so unless he has an ND filter outside, he's not going to be able to get the full effect of that wide open aperture. These are not pretty. I mean, all right, we're using this camera now.
So first of all, let's talk about the 30mm focal length. 30mm on a crop size sensor is going to be 45mm equivalent if it was on a full frame sensor. What that means is that this lens isn't technically a wide lens, and it's definitely not a telephoto lens. It's somewhere in that mid-range. A lot of people say that a 50mm is kind of the way that we see the world, so 45 is pretty close. And for that reason, this is one of my favorite lenses to take photos of people and to do street photography, because as you're out walking the street, this is going to give you a very similar kind of view. The way that this focal length deals with compression is quite flattering and natural, like I said.
So I use these lenses on a Sony FX30 most of the time. Also a Sony a7 III, which both of the cameras are phenomenal cameras in the first place. Adding these types of lenses, and I know it's prime, and it's not like necessarily a zoom lens, but adding these types of lenses to your arsenal is super valuable, because I've done very high-end shoots and used these $300 to $600 lenses, and people are blown away. I mean, it even blows me away whenever I'm using these specific lenses
and the way
by
that
Sigma.
we kind of see the world. This is why I've started shooting all of my videos that I do at home at my desk with the 30mm lens. It's flattering to my features and it makes you kind of feel like
for
you're
talking head videos. It's a great focal length.
sitting there with me. It's also become one of my favorite lenses.
Build quality. Let's see
Another
what
great
he
thing
has to
about
say.
this lens is the build quality and the size of it. So like its counterpart, the 16mm, this is made of almost all metal. There's a little bit of plastic on the front, but it's not a whole lot. The focus ring has a rubber.
So I can take over this section of the video. It's phenomenal. Like, it feels like a quality lens. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It doesn't feel like cheap at all. Like, it feels like a very nice lens. And so if you're looking to get like a talking head lens for YouTube that's going to be just doing talking head videos, like this is going to be it. If you're doing any types of podcasting or anything, that's going to be it.
Grip on it, which is really nice, and it's of the firmware. There was a problem with the manual focusing, but they seem to have fixed that with a firmware update. So if you're having trouble with this lens, make sure you go update the firmware. It's not a huge lens, which is super nice, especially if you're doing street shooting with it. It's a little bit less conspicuous. Now, of course, what would be a lens review if we didn't talk about quality and sharpness? Now, when this first came out, it was kind of a big deal because on DxOMark.com, it was the top rated lens for Sony E-mount APS-C size cameras. It had the highest overall score, and I'm pretty sure the highest sharpness rating as well. And in my personal opinion,
Price of $340. $340 for this thing.
the colors and the sharpness that this produces make this one of my favorite lenses that I've ever used. Even with the aperture at f1.
So I use this for more than just video stuff. I use it for a lot of photo stuff too. And the quality of pictures that comes through this lens is insane. I don't have the lens hood thing, but you don't even really need it. Like, my portrait game has stepped up tremendously since
To get that nice creamy bokeh. The sharpness is incredible from corner to corner. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any lenses in a similar focal range to do a full comparison with, like the Sony 35mm. So we're just gonna...
No, this was 6 years ago. This review was 6 years ago, and we are still talking about this lens. Still talking about it today. Like, if that just doesn't show you how good it is.
Gonna have to go off of what DxOMark says for now. One place that I can compare this lens to other similar lenses is in the price range. This thing is $339 US, which is cheaper than any of the competitors in the same kind of category. So bang for buck, this thing is incredible considering that it outperforms them in sharpness and in the will happen with pretty much any lens. Kickflips Photography asked if the manual focus has been fixed on this lens.
Keep in mind, this is 6 years ago. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Our camera went off. Keep in mind, this was 6 years ago. We'll just use this camera. That's all good. This was 6 years ago. And
This was a pretty widely known thing, and when I first
never had any issues with the autofocus.
got this lens, it was the only con that I really had with it was that the manual focus was kind of weird, and in a firmware upgrade, luckily they have fixed it. Now I have no problems with it. It's still focus by wire as all these lenses are, so if you're not into that, just a warning. But if you're used to focus by wire, it does a great job. The focus ring is nice and smooth, and like I said, it's got that kind of rubber grip on the outside, so it's nice to use. Pair perfectly with your camera. So even if you have a 6000 or a 6300 or any camera without in-body stabilization, this is going to pair nicely with those gimbals and stabilizers and get you really nice smooth footage. Especially with the small size and lightweight, it's not going to hurt your gimbal motors at all. Here's a little bit of test footage to show you the Sony a6500. Here's that same test of me walking without the in-body stabilization.
Relax and recharge with a new mattress from...
The stabilization has, I mean, I've never noticed. Then again, I use FX30s, and if this guy would have had an FX30 during this time, his mind would have been blown. These are great shots. I mean,
photography.
Should you buy it? This question right here. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Should you buy it? Like brand new. let's see what this even costs brand new. I have my handy dandy Google here. Sigma 30 millimeter brand new Sony E-mount. You can get it at Walmart for $294. $294. Great value, great lens. Like, if you're looking to get a set of prime lenses, get the 16 millimeter, get the 30 millimeter. I think there's a 56 millimeter, and then maybe an 80, 82. All of these Sigma prime lenses in this category, the DC series, fantastic. Highly recommend. I've been using them for over a year now. They've been the best prime lenses I've ever used. And the cheapest too, which is great.
For video work, I love to get my B-roll sequences with it. It's a really versatile lens. If you're
Bruh, my camera keeps screwing up. I don't know what's going on. But definitely buy this lens. If you're looking at getting your first prime lens, if you're looking at kind of leveling up your video or photo game, make sure to pick up this lens because you're going to want to have it in your bag. It equals out to about 45 millimeter on any camera that you shoot on, whether it's a full frame or an APS-C size sensor. It crops into 45 millimeters. And so it's not quite as wide as 30. Just treat it like a 50 mil and you'll be in good shape. And you're going to get extremely sharp photos, extremely sharp videos. As you saw in this video, the cameras that are out now in 2025, and if you're watching this in the future too, like, this thing is not going away unless they come out with a cheaper one that's better. And so 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you like watching videos like this, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments, have you used this lens? If not, what is your favorite prime lens and what camera body are you shooting on? Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you guys in the next video.